Okay. This takes so long to load since the last update. Okay. So, I not only have garbage cans and recycling cans now I have the special compost cans all over the place. I don't think everybody has one yet, but I was getting there. So since the last time I streamed, I went through and I put Timmy and Tommy on their own little island here. I made like kind of a peninsula, I guess, for them, and made a little walkway to it with some bushes that at this time of season are ripe and they look very nice. I think this is gonna look cool in the winter, for sure. pick up our... Oh, are my pockets full? So they are. I haven't played this much this week. Only, like, once. Pretty much this week, the only game I played was FIFA. Because my PlayStation was what was on the Switcher already, so I just kind of left that on. Oh, wait, no. Mushrooms, put in storage. Plants, I can't do those right now. Fossils, put in storage. Can't do that right now. Fossils, put in storage. Can't use that item right now. Can't use that item right now. Tulips, put in storage. Can't use that item right now. Weeds. Toilet. Put your toilet. Put your toilet away. Green pumpkins. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a green pumpkin. I actually have a toilet. Alrighty. Over here. Along with a bed and a washer and a tub. And then in here I have some desks and a white and no wait, hold on. And a whiteboard and a Nintendo Switch. And let's turn around again. And then I have a car. I have a race car bed like Millhouse's dad. I sleep in a racing car. I sleep in a big bed with my wife. When I saw that, I was like, yes, I need that in my house. Alright, let's go find some people. Let's go see. Bones is out. Oh, Benjamin is... What is he doing? Oh, he's fishing. In the little tiny stream. One of my long-term things, I just haven't had a chance to do it, is Bones keeps telling me he'd love to live on an island. So what I want to do... here, I'll go around over here. I want to take this back here and push it out maybe like one more row and then move the house back there and then make like a little drawbridge for him. Kind of like one of my other residents, I have it set up like that. The only thing is you can only have so many bridges, which is really annoying because when I first started playing, I was like, man, I'm gonna have every house be on its own little like island that you can only get to via like a bridge. And I think it's 8. After that, Tom says, no, you can't. You can't have any more. Or I was gonna just make the whole thing. My other idea was to basically make the whole island just like water with like walkways in between all the water. Kind of like what's that city in Italy? I forget which one, but the one city in Italy is. But that's like kind of it's hard to terraform it properly to do. Like over here was kind of what I was envisioning, where there'd be like a couple of rows and then maybe a house and then there'd be all this water and then a bridge that goes to the next one and it would just be like that, but it's kind of hard to do, honestly, unless you just like tear up your entire island. And I know some people do that. There's someone I follow on Instagram that does like just ridiculous stuff in this game, like really, really like stuff I'd never even thought to do. Really creative. I think I found her on Twitter originally. The other thing I'd like to do too is redo like the walking paths and make them a little different. Oh, Benjamin's fishing again. So where's Bones? He's out. And a lot of times he hangs out up here by Midge's house. Like over here. See like how I have this one? Where I have a little bridge. And yeah, everybody's got garbage and recycling cans too. Muffy is visiting right now. Muffy was in my New Leaf town for a while. Over here, I let this all just kind of grow with flowers. At one point, I had all these extra flowers that I dug up from different stuff, and I was just kind of like, well, where do I put them? And I was like, oh, I know. And I just kind of built like a flower garden over here. And then over there, I have a bunch of the lilies. Now that they show up all the time. Or even like this. Like, this is good enough. And then I got this bridge. And then over here is like a play area, I guess. And this is my newest villager, Henry. Henry's cool. Yeah, I like him. Oh yeah, I got me. Godzilla looks over the island. Gamera was not available. And then up here was I built this thing. I realized you could do like a second cliff, and I just kind of put a bunch of stuff up here. One day, and I put all these trees down too because I thought it looked cool. I actually saw Bones was up here sitting one day, like a bunch of months ago, and I was just like, whoa. Um, I built a stage, complete with director's chair and socially distanced seating. How about that? Yeah, the waves are going real hard. And then back down here, I spent an afternoon in like, is it either June or July, like making all these little waterfalls here. You know, it looks cool. And then this is Midge's house. So there's Benjamin. So where's Bones? Oh, here's another thing I've built recently. Over here, I built a place for people to have like dinner or go on a date, maybe. Here's another one of those lilies. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. And it's got some, it's kind of it's got a little lake around it that goes back out. I got real obsessed in this game very early with making sure that all the water actually went somewhere. Like when you're terraforming, it just like creates like water. But I got real into this idea of like, no, 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 no. It has to like actually look like legitimate. And there's sometimes it's hard to do that, but I put in, whoa, look at, oh my God, look at all this. I haven't been over here in a while. But I got real into this idea that it had to look legitimate, and it took some time, but I got it. I got it right. Especially up at the top on the top cliff. It was hard up there to get it where it's like where the waterfalls are going off the back. If you go into that back row, it looks like super fake. But as long as you don't go there, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know where he is. I've checked all the normal places he is. Oh yeah, and here's another little spot for people to hang out. I have so many weeds for leaf. And here's Tad. Tad's a pretty cool guy. My favorite frog though is Wart Jr. He was my bud in New Leaf. So yeah, so over here I got my my Birdemic solar panel and another windmill, and then over here, yeah, I got all the lilies. I've been collecting them all and just dropping them here. And my lighthouse. I planted all these trees at one point because I think I was gonna break the water up here and make like a little river. But I ended up what I'm gonna do is whenever Leaf's here, I buy some more bushes, and I'm gonna put bushes all down here until here. But he doesn't. And maybe because I'm only on a couple days a week now, he doesn't show up that often. So That's a cute picture. Yeah, so where's Bones? Hmm. He used to disappear in New Leaf sometimes, too. Wait, is that him up there? Yeah, there. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. Oh, everybody's listening to KK. And then down here, I've got a little hangout place. Soccer net. And then another hangout place. And this wood came from somebody designed it. Um, somebody on the Reddit for Animal Crossing posted all these designs for like different kinds of like patios and things like that. So that's where that comes from. And the lights, I think, are designed by somebody too. I think so. But, they look cool. Uh, over here is my park that I built. Actually, I guess it starts over here, technically. Now that I've let the island overrun with flowers. At first, I was very meticulous about that, and then at a certain point, I just kind of let it go and let the flowers breed with each other, and that's how you get like those pink ones over there, and the ones over on the other side, those blue ones. Those are like weird crossbreeds. So yeah, so we got some water, we got places to sit, workout space. Another place to sit. I guess you can't sit because the candle's there. But yeah, this was all. I made this because I torn down. I used to just have a bunch of trees here, and then I tore them down, and I realized, oh, that looks kind of horrible now without them. And I was okay. Well, what do I do? And I just like it just kind of popped into my head of like, well, what if you made like a park? And so I went through the catalog, and yeah, they got like a sandbox and basketballs and chairs to sit in. And then I realized, oh, you could put the ponds with the fountains, and so I just kind of started putting stuff down, and I built all the walls all around it so that I would just kind of control it where it was, and then I built the walkways so everybody stayed on the walkways because they more or less will just kind of stay on the walkways. Benjamin is still chilling out. He is such a weirdo. It's delightful. Oh wow, big crowd. I enjoyed KK Slider being he was a DJ in New Leaf. That was always pretty funny. This is Antonio's house. A spring in your step, you say? He was my first villager. Him and it was him, Midge, and somebody else who is now long gone. Actually, my first like after that, my next like two or three people were all people. They're all gone. Todd, who is like a he's like a reindeer. He kind of looked like BoJack Horseman actually. And there was yeah, somebody else too. That and they're all like real quick. And that was when I started getting Benjamin. I got the cards for Benjamin and Bones, and that was when Tad showed up. And I started getting people that I wanted to, I wanted to keep. And I just got rid of. I think he's gone now. The one that moved in is a bear. He comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, hey, man," and so we're talking. And his like catchphrase word was malarkey. Like he's Joe Biden, and I was like, "Oh, fuck off! Get out of my town." And I just kind of like ignored him until I think he's gone now. But he would like he'd be like, "Oh, malarkey," and I'm like, "We are not doing this. I'm sorry, this is not happening." Malarkey is not going to be a thing. Yeah, I think he left, and that's why the new frog came in. Yeah, and all this is just still here. Yeah, see like these blue flowers. That's all cross pollinated, and so I just kind of left those there. There's a couple over here, I think too. Yeah, yeah. This is the original flower bed that I put down. I'd spent the first couple days of the game like building up. You see how it goes around. I built that up and then just like I closed it off with the fountain and the trees and then just let everything grow, until it grew in. And then I put everybody's houses here. But yeah, I'd like to move Bones back a little bit and then put a little walkway because he's always saying, "Oh, I'd love to live like with." He's always saying like an island or river or like water around me, and so I was like, okay, I can do that. Oh, Benjamin's fishing again, but I'd like to do that for both of them, and then here I'll go a little closer. and then maybe break up that row there a little bit, um, just so there's still a river going through. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so over here you would want, like, right here, just like knock that out, and then fill in right here a little bit so there's an actual walkway. Because if it's only one line of like one like kind of column here, it doesn't, it's like kind of weird to walk through, I've found. And then yeah, this the campsite was one of the first things I did too. And I just like let that all just I let the tree grow, and then I built everything around it. And then yeah, got another chair. And then yeah, over here, I just planted a bunch of stuff and then just let it all grow. I think that's one of the things that this game, Animal Crossing, does a lot better than say like Stardew and Story of Seasons than they do. Because you could do it in New Leaf too. You could plant stuff and then just kind of let it grow. As long as it wasn't weeds, and then you get in trouble at Leaf. And he demand you clean them up. Yeah, and then down here, I was gonna kind of build like a tree farm here, kind of, but I don't know. I never really. The problem is you can't see how the one tree didn't grow. You can't have them too close to each other like that, and so I just kind of left it. Yeah, waves are real heavy. Look at that. And then yeah, I built that waterfall there. But see how all the water goes out? Like it goes out there. Now, if you go over there and look at it, like if you go down there, it looks really, like, it looks fake because it just kind of goes into like the water just kind of ends at the rocks. But as long as you don't go, and there's really no reason to go back there. Um, it looks fine. Like, see that? And like I specifically put the bridge here so then the water would go under it and then go down into the waterfalls, which then led down into the water down there. I tried to make it have a logic to it. And see this one too, same thing, where it goes over here, over here, over here, and then it all spits out over there too. And that was hard to, not so much over here, but over here was a pain in the ass to get to, like, especially right here, to get this to look like this, where the water made sense, was annoying to do. It took a while. And then, yeah, same here, because then the waterfall goes down here, which then feeds all this water, which then goes down to the waterfall, which then feeds all the water down here. And then same over here, where, those waterfalls then, yeah, then lead down, down, down. And I don't know, one day in the summer, it was like 3 hours just kind of making sure that there was continuity, because then yeah, then all this ends up over here, which then leads, in both directions over there, which then hits that waterfall also. And then this goes and 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 goes under the bridge. And then all the way over and then all the way down, and it ends up down here. And I just had to make sure that it worked. And it does. And then even up here, it's all coming from the waterfall, which then just it just kind of, oh, I think I needed that bug. And it just kind of ends over here. It goes and goes and goes and goes. But yeah, I really wanted the water to make sense. And it does on the other side too. Yeah, so over here too, this is the main waterfall that then leads to that. And this is just I just broke up the water, but and then there's the waterfall over here. And then all of that all leads down into here, which then yeah, it all merges from the one side and the other side, and then goes down. Over here it just kind of stops because that's where it stops, but then it goes over here and then under the bridge, and then we'll cut across, and then down, 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 and then yeah, into back into the ocean. So I just kind of had to make sure of that. That was, yeah. This summer. It's in the summer at some point. Or it's just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, and that's about it. Um, Everything's pretty set at this point. I mean, there's some projects I want to do. I'd like to make the walkways to houses be a little different. Like, for example, I want to break all this up here and put down um, different stuff. So the custom ones. And there are other custom ones I've seen on on Instagram and whatnot. yeah, so I think that's about it, really. So, all right. I think we're calling it a day for Extra Life. A little earlier than we were gonna, but that's okay. Um, so we'll call it 15 hours. Jeez. Yeah, let's not do it this way next year. This was a lot, for sure. Um, but thank you, everyone who stopped by as the day went on. We had a whole bunch of different people coming in and out. Um, really appreciate it. We've raised $410 so far. The overlay's not updated. I don't have one of those auto updating things on my overlay, but we're up to $410 as of a couple hours ago, raised for Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Um, yeah, that's amazing. I'd set the goal at 400. We'd hit three. What did we do last year? 335. We'd hit three. That was the goal, but like we kind of like got into three and stopped. And then at the end of the year, we got a couple of late breaking donations that put us to 335. So I kind of really ambitiously was like, let's try for four. And, figured, all right, well, let's see what happens. And we got there early this morning. We were at 392 and someone sent in $8 to get us to 400. So that was cool. And so we got another 10 sometime today, I think like early afternoon. So hopefully donations continue coming in. Um, and thank you for that. I know all money raised through Extra Life right now is going directly to COVID stuff at various children's hospitals. So that's really cool. I know CHOP itself in their lab is doing a lot of work with COVID. I've been sent copies of some of the stuff that they do. I actually sent one of them to my union rep. They Some ideas they had about like ventilation in buildings and schools and things like that, because that's one of the with schools reopening, that's one of the major issues is classroom ventilation and whether schools have the recommended ventilation levels. Um, and so, CHOP's doing a lot of stuff like that. They're doing, every so often I get a note from them about, oh, here's where your money goes. And the last one was a really moving video of a young woman who had a lot of mental health difficulties at an adolescent and ended up getting a lot of assistance at CHOP. And um, I got one once for like, talking about, it was like a 4-year-old who had like a brain tumor or something. I mean, it's really, heavy stuff for sure. Um, but, we do this all in memory of, my friend Crystal, who spent a lot of time at CHOP when we were in high school, and she didn't quite make it, but, I'm still very friendly with her mother, and, she was actually one of the first people who reached out when my mom died. So, when I first heard about Extra Life, which was about 4 years ago, I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so we've raised now over the years. Let me do some math. Ugh, you're making me do math. So 485, 495. 7. We've raised $830 so far for Children's Hospital of Philadelphia in the last 3 years, um, which is really cool. So let's keep that energy up and keep donating um, this year and then into next year. And so, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here, and then I'm gonna hop over into Greg's stream for a little bit before I go to sleep. He's streaming 24 hours, so he's gonna be up till 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll go hang out with him for a little while, and then I'll go to sleep. And usually I try to wake up by like 7 or so then I can hang out in his for his last couple hours. Usually everybody tries to get up again and kind of root him on as he reps. He's raised, I think he's over 8,000 for the year. It's really cool. So, all right, I'm tired. It's time to stop doing this today. Video games are great. 16 hours of them, maybe not. So, all right, let's save. Most of the games today were good, though. Batman the video game, awesome. Super Circuit, Circle the Moon. Also play RC Pro Am. Super Contra, yeah, we beat Super Contra this morning, the Japanese version. Yeah, we gotta play more of those Contra games on that collection. That dude's cool too, Leo. He's a cool guy. He wears a sweater vest. He's real intense. But yeah, we were playing... Most of the games today were on the Switch. Except the ones that weren't. Yeah, we played the Contra Collection. We played the Japanese version of Super C because that's 30 lives code, like Contra does. The American version of Super C only has a 10 lives code. And good I did the 30 lives, because for most of the game, that's fine. It's not a super difficult game. Until last level, there's a part in it. I must have lost like 20 lives before I finally got through it. It was just this like really... I mean, it's cool what it's trying to do, but it's like really insufferable trying to get through it. So I looked that up yesterday and was like, oh, okay, we'll just... I have the Japanese version on the collection, so we'll just play the Japanese version, which is fine. Yeah, we should play more of those Contra games. The European versions too, that are like they're robots instead of people, because Europe has like weird feelings about killing people in video games. So yeah, that's about it for today. So thank you everyone who has stopped by, and thank you those of you who've stuck around. You are delightful and lovely. And thus ends Extra Life Day. Woo. So we'll be back. I'm actually gonna take tomorrow night off because yeah, I need a day to just kind of recover. And we'll be back on Thursday. Thursday is RPG night. We're gonna be playing Dragon Quest on the Nintendo Entertainment System. We'll be playing that for a while on Thursdays. And then Sunday night is Little League Baseball Championship Series on the NES, which is like a reskin of Baseball Stars. It's really cool. It's super fun. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to stop talking. I keep rambling. All right. Talk soon, everyone. keep donating